Staffan de Mistura, the UN envoy to Syria, holds regular monthly briefings at the Security Council on the situation there. But after last week's alleged chemical weapons attack and the US airstrike in response, this one was more highly charged than most.
Let us view this moment of crisis, and it is a moment of crisis, as a watershed and an opportunity perhaps for a new level of seriousness in the search for a political solution.
Mr. de Mistura urged the US and Russia to work together, and even as he was speaking, US Secretary of State Rex Tillerson was meeting his counterpart Sergei Lavrov in Moscow. But those talks weren't enough to prevent yet another display of gridlock at the Security Council in a vote on a resolution condemning the alleged chemical weapons attack.
With those in favor of the draft resolution, please raise their hand. Those against?
This resolution was brought by the so-called P3, the US, the UK and France, and it's the fourth draft resolution on Syria to come before the Council over the last week or so. But the wording just wasn't acceptable for Russia, as it called for an investigation into that alleged chemical attack in Syria. So the Kremlin cast its 8th veto on Syria in the last 6 years. Russia said the document prejudged who was responsible for the suspected gas attack.
The
main problem was that the draft resolution by the Troika appointed the guilty party prior to an independent and objective investigation. This is an approach that is incompatible with legal norms.
But the US said Moscow's continual backing for the Syrian government would only make it more isolated.
To Assad and the Syrian government, you have no friends in the world after your horrible actions. The United States is watching your actions very closely. The days of your arrogance and disregard of humanity are over.
Diplomats here at the UN say Russia has put forward a rival resolution condemning the gas attack and the US strike, but it's not clear if that will come to a vote. In the meantime, Staffan de Mistura is pinning his hopes on a 6th round of peace talks, starting in Geneva in May. Lorna Shattuck, CGTN, New York.